Well, hey there. Hello and good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex, and I'm talking to you today because I consider myself to be a pretty productive person. So I thought it would be really interesting for us to dive into my personal habit tracker and we can uncover the truth. Potentially the very painful truth of whether or not I'm actually as productive as I really think I am. Now I have 3 goals with this. Number 1 is to just provide myself with an extra incentive layer to be more consistent. Number 2, I want to use this time to analyze my habits, potentially find trends. Thirdly though, and most importantly, I really just want to inspire you to take a good look at your habits as well. So with all of that being said, let's jump right into it. So here we have my newly made custom habit tracker. And actually first thing, let's go over to style, hit show percentages, see my creation. Boom, much better. Now we have these percentages here. Now the first habit we have here is job 3 per week. That just means I want to do this 3 times per week. So this is my actual job, my real job. I work in medical sales and I set the goal to do this 3 days per week. This one is first because it's a bit of a priority, right? And it affects the rest of my habits throughout the week. So for this first week, let's take a look. It looks like I did work 3 days per week. Each day, this day 1 is Monday, worked 8 hours, Tuesday 8 hours, and Wednesday 8 hours. So perfect, first habit successful. Okay, and the second habit that we have here is business 5 days per week. This just means working on any personal business projects. For now, this mostly means lifeline stuff, which includes a myriad of things such as a design, website, these videos, conference calls, right? Everything like that. So for this first week, we actually worked 6 days per week, or 6 days out of the week. So achieved our goal, went above it actually. And the number of hours we worked are 10, 21, 33, 8, 42. Okay, so not bad. We worked on our personal business projects 42 hours for this week, combined with our normal sales job. That's, what is that, 66, right? Yeah, 66 hours for the week. So, okay, not too bad. Good amount of work done. Moving on to our third habit, we have our Anki Cards. Now, what these are just custom flashcards that you can make. You can download them on your phone or your computer. And they're great for learning or studying new information, especially if you're in college. It's tough to say how long it takes me to complete this habit each day, but I'd say on average between 15 minutes and an hour, because it depends on how many cards I have to review. So I completed this every day except for Wednesday, hit that 6 day per week mark, and bada bing, bada boom. Another habit successful. And moving on, our next habit is work out. Pretty self-explanatory what that means. I have the goal of doing this 4 days per week simply because I find this is the optimal amount of time for me. It allows me to get in the amount of exercise where I feel good and I maintain proper muscle mass that I'm looking for, et cetera, et cetera. So for our week 1, looks like we did a good job. Hit 4 days exactly, didn't do it on Tuesday, Wednesday successful, Thursday, Friday no, but ended the week strong with 2 days working out in a row. Okay, so far we're 4 for 4 on being successful for our habits. And the 5th habit here we're looking at is basketball today, question mark. And man, I love basketball. Let me tell you, I love playing basketball. This has been a new hobby of mine for the past couple of years, but let me tell you, I could play basketball for 1 to 5 hours any given day. Doesn't matter. So this is actually one that I'm not tracking. I don't have a specific goal for. I just thought it would be interesting to track to see how often I do play. Sometimes I actually have to limit myself because of how long I will play sometimes. So might have to limit that in the future, but interesting to note that I played every day that I worked out this week. So we'll have to see if that trend continues in the following weeks. Now, also important to note, if you want to get in on this action and start tracking your own habits, it's very easy. Just go to lifeline.coach. The link is in the description below. You can download your own custom habit tracker. I'm actually really proud of this one because you can customize the entire look of your habit tracker without any spreadsheet experience. And this is important because it really incentivizes you to keep up with it because you're invested in the creation process. At least that's the idea behind it. And so you're more likely to follow through. And this is the general idea we see with things like journals and bullet journals, except in my opinion, this is better because it's digital, and you can take it with you. And our 6th habit, this is a big one, eating out. Now, personally, I find that I eat out way too much. I don't like it. It's not healthy. I spend too much money, spend too much time eating out. So I've set the goal here to eat out and just spend less than $37 per week eating out. Now, for this first week, I spent 9, 14, 30. Okay, 30 bucks. So I spent 30 bucks eating out. This habit's successful. I think we can actually cut it down. I can take out 1 or even 2 of these days just to be more healthy. But technically we did hit the habit and it was successful because of the monetary value. So nice. And our next habit that we're looking at is a big one, which is no video games. So similar to the eating out, I find that just as important as building new habits is, it's perhaps even more important to stop doing your bad habits. And that's what, this no video games and this eating out is about, because once we get rid of our bad habits, we can simultaneously replace them with good habits. So video games, I love video games. We're talking Gears of War, Battlefield, Halo, and the granddaddy of them all, as you know, StarCraft, right? Now, it's easy for me to spend even like 10 hours a day playing video games, and I've done that in the past, which is why we need to not do that here. And so the goal here is for 4 weeks to not play video games. I think, it sounds tough, but I should be able to do this very easily because I haven't played it actually in a long time prior to this habit tracker. But this is another good one. So for the first week, yeah, successful, easy peasy. And moving on, our next habit here, it's another one of these getting rid of bad habits, is no candy, no buying candy for 3 weeks. And this really is a big one because anyone who knows me personally, they'll say that, you put a box of or a package of Oreos on the table, dude, they'll be gone by the end of the day. I don't care, family size, double stuff, ultra size, apartment complex size, there's a million of them, they'll be gone. I have an extreme, insatiable sweet tooth. So this is actually gonna be a really tough one. The goal is to do it for, to not do candy for 3 weeks. Our first week here is successful. Actually not that hard. I had a couple of, cravings here at the beginning, maybe around Wednesday or Thursday, but really not too bad. So I'm actually really proud of this one. Pat on the back. Moving on here, our final 3 habits actually are just kind of general grooming ones where I find that if I don't track them, it's very easy for me to just not do them at all. So flossing 5 days a week, that's the goal. Eventually we will get that up to 7 days a week, but I don't do it often, so start small for now. Looks like we missed 1 day, exceeded the goal, so perfect. Retainer, just wear your retainer 7 days a week because teeth are important. And face wash routine, looks like we actually just missed 1 day here, forgot morning part. So that is our first failure so far. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I was actually successful in every one of my habits for the first week, except for that face wash routine, that morning part, but I think we can forgive that one, right? And stick around and subscribe to see if I will actually keep up with my habits or if I will crack under the pressure because, who knows, I might. That candy is looking mighty good. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button because it's just right here. Also, check out these links. The top one here is recommended by YouTube. The bottom one, my recommendation. As always, I want to remind you to work hard, be organized, and stay consistent. And I'll catch you next video. Without candy, he quickly lost his mind. Yeah.